Hi everyone. I'm going to go over the in-class exercise, and when you open your walkthrough, you're going to enable it, and then it will be on the sheet called Mixed References. We're just going to go to Getting Started here at the bottom, so you just click that tab. Now when we're looking at an Excel workbook, so this is a workbook in total with all the different sheets. These are worksheets, and the whole thing is a workbook. Now I'm going to get you to recreate each of these sheets. We're just going to do it in the same sheet just below it, just to make it easier. And it's a good way to practice how to get around in Excel and do some formatting and also some basic formulas. So the first one. So I'm going to just start entering data. And you'll see that when you want to move from one cell to another, you can use the tab if you want to go to the right. And here I'm just going to put sales for now. Okay. And if I want to move down, I could use my arrow keys. I could also use the return. And under sales rep, I'm going to leave a blank cell, and I'm going to start the names. And if I click return, it's going to go to the next row below. Go. And under sales, we're going to have our headings for the months. So I'm going to start typing them out. So I'm going to go January, February. And a nice thing about Excel, it has a fill tool. So if you highlight those two cells, so all I did was click on January and drag my mouse over to February. And the little square in the corner, if you put your mouse over that until it turns like a black plus, and then you just drag it. So this is the fill handle. Okay. And this will work for any pattern. So just start your pattern and then copy your pattern and then drag it over. Okay. And then we can just enter the info. So I'm gonna oops. I'm just using the tab. Okay. And we can also copy. So I'm just going to copy the rest of the values here. Okay. I can go up to the top and go copy. Now in Excel there's a lot more options when we paste, because we do have formulas, and I'll show you that in just a moment. So I'm going to go to the same range. So if I don't pick the same range, it's going to give me an error because it wants the same area that we selected up here, like the same amount of cells. I'm going to go paste. I'm just going to show you the options. So we just want like a basic paste. We just want the values. We don't want the formulas. We don't want it to be linked to that other cell, kind of thing. Okay, so we just have the values. If we look up here in the formula bar, we can tell that it isn't a formula. It's not linking back to a specific cell. It's just the number. Okay. So I'm going to do some formatting here so it looks pretty. And for this, for sales, we want it merged and centered. So I could just click here. There's other options. Okay. And if I go in this cell and see what it's like, it's saying it's 20, the font size is 20, and so we'll just do that. Okay. I could also use my format painter, which saves some time. It depends if you have something there already though. Okay. So it's centering them and also putting the background color, so the fill color in. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Now we just need our borders. So for borders, it's right here. And we wanted a bottom border on this, so a thick bottom border. Looks pretty good. And here we want a thick right border. If I can find one. So I can't find a thick one, but I could always go right and then go down to the line style. Make it thick. It still doesn't look right, and I clicked on this draw border by accident, which I could probably use anyways. So if we go here, if we're on that, then if I go like this, it's going to put them all. Don't really want that. We'll just fix that. So if you notice that you have the pen on there, or then that's what's clicked. So I'm just going to no borders. Actually select this and put no borders first. No borders. And I want my right border and I want it thicker. So I'm just going to go here and I'm going to use the format painter. Oh, it did work. Never mind. I don't want you anymore. So I'm going to do this border again. And the bottom border. There. And we want a light blue or a light color here for the fill. Go. Okay, and for the very bottom here we want a double border. And a bottom double border. There we go. I want these to be all bolded, so I'm going to put that there. So you can put the formatting actually before you even put your values. So let's see here. So now I want to do some formulas here that will add up each column of my numbers. So there's a few ways you can go about it. If you're just doing some basic summing, you can use the button over here. So it's auto sum. So if I need to be in the cell that I want the total to be in, and then I click auto sum. Okay, so you can see what it's doing. It's selecting a range. It's guessing what you want to add up. And what you need to do now is you need to say yes by the check mark or by clicking the enter button. Another way to go about it is you can put the equal sign in your cell and start typing the function that you want to use, sum, and then you can select your range. Okay, and close your bracket. Okay, and there you go. And what we can also do, just like we did January, February, and March, we can use our fill, so we can copy formulas. So we can use our fill handle and copy the formulas over. Now these formulas are relative. Okay, so that means it's relative to, it knows that you want to use the formula, but you want to copy each, it's summing each column. So it's going over. Okay, so it's going to change. See, so it's like sum the column D, sum the column E, and so that's a relative formula. Or it's using relative references in your formula. There we go. I think so we're done that one. Okay, I'll stop there.